Hi Libra, this is for you. We're doing videos backwards today. We have had Jupiter in your sign. Yay! For like a freaking year. And now we're going to have it in your second house for a year in Scorpio. And now that you are fine with yourself, hopefully, and you're fine with all of that, and you feel okay, and it hopes to be this energy, Jupiter in your sign. Who cares? Yeah, I've got zits on my face. I've got fluffy hair. There is nothing here. Today's the 10th of October, by the way. That is repulsive. Stop feeling repulsive to yourself, Libra. Yeah, you slept in. You've done nothing. This is the sign of the deceased, in a sense, because Libra is the 7th house. You know, it's extermination. It's release. It's like excrement. You know. It's kind of the descendant of the global mind. It is just like, wow, you know, get it together by not wanting to do it. It's like a lazy time. So here you might have to say, by the end of this transit, by the 10th of October, I don't really mind. I don't mind. Look, I don't kind of need to do this. Like, yeah, like I know I've never actually met anybody that I really loved, and I kind of made do with people all my life. That's okay, that's fine, it's just how it went for me. And then on the other side, because we are balancing here, go, well, actually, I'm attracted to this type of body type or this type of presence, and I've never actually experienced that before. You know, that's interesting. Or you can go, well, yeah, sure, like, you know, like, the year has gone, Jupiter has gone through my sign, and I'm feeling so awake and well. But then there's nobody that comes and cuddles me. That means like I have no friends. I have nobody who really gets me. I don't have anybody who really wants to know me. That's okay. On the other side, have a socially outgoing thing. Like, go get it. Go get them, Tiger. Start looking around. Start from here onwards. Start, excuse me, door knocking. You know, pointing fingers. I want you on my team. You don't have a good enough team, or you didn't get enough enlightenment from your friends, it's fine. Get them elsewhere. Or you might be saying, I've ever just struggled financially. Okay, yeah, I've always just struggled. I've just been a little girl. I've just been struggling all my life, and it's been so hard. And although Jupiter's been from my side and I didn't receive anything, on the other hand, what's on the other hand? Start doing something better with yourself. Start outreaching who you are. Start being more outspoken. Maybe you need to be a little bit more bossy. Come up to your boss and say, excuse me, I need a raise. Shall I show some leg? No, it's just like you can just do it. It doesn't have to be anything. Be naughty, because here we're going to Scorpio with Jupiter. Libras can get a little bit nasty if they don't get naughty. What I mean? Excuse me, I want more. I want a little bit less, but I want a bit more. I want a bit less, I want a bit more. I want a bit less of this, I want a bit more of this. You know, it's like here you can be like cheeky and funny and have a grin on your face. Unless you have a lot of Scorpio activity. I have a lot of Scorpio. I've got 5 things in Scorpio, so I've got to keep it down because my time will come very, 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 very soon. So with Libra, if you have a lot of Libra, it is time, especially if you've got like Jupiter in Aries, you know, say naturally, you've got timelines, you've got Uranus, you know, happening in Taurus, you know, something like, oh, I don't know what I am. If you're like, if you're somebody who is naturally, I don't know why Uranus would be in Taurus, but, sorry, but if you are somebody who is, how can I say, a little bit like mindless, like, oh, I don't know what my place is, I'm a little baby. If you're somebody, like me sometimes as well, I've got a lot of Libra in my chart, somebody who's like, oh, time to get naughty. Time to get a little bit naughty, and time to get a little bit proud. Yeah, I've done this painting. Yeah, that's my painting. If there is a painting that you've done, yeah, I've done all this. Yes, that's right. I like to cook and clean for the whole family. That's right. I want everybody to be happy. And it is a very, very nice time in this October Sun transit to say, yes, I can. Yes, I can. But by being too loud for somebody who's already quite extroverted and quite loud, you shun yourself. You shun yourself, so you can say, did you know what I've done? Do you know what I am? If you go too far, then you take yourself back. So if you're somebody who's never ever spoken out, and who's never ever even thought about, oh my gosh, I'm amazing. If you don't ever think about yourself as anything special, if you never praise yourself, if you've got eating disorders, Libra, If you got things wrong with you, like, oh, I'm ugly, I'm not well, I don't like my face, I don't like my hair, I don't like my body, I want everybody to go away. If you're still there, if you have aspects, some of us still, you know, even with great expansion have aspects of, oh, la 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 la. If you have a lot of aspects and they have never been treated, like acne, you know, teeth that aren't straight, you know, anything physical here, you can. Also anything to do with incredible hurt in the hurt, for like having never have had, for example, a beautiful sexual experience, or never have had the opportunity to be the one on stage, or never having the opportunity to be spoken to with respect, or never having the opportunity to speak out about your family line or about your indigenous community or anything like that. If you're there, do it. By doing it, you get more. That's the thing. By doing it until about October the 15th, we got a really nice window. Here, Libra's still like, da 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 da, Jupiter is mine. Okay, here we have expansion happening through you. So here it is a really nice time to walk up to the manager and say, I want a raise. Or walk up to your husband and say, we've been together for 7 years, I want a baby. Or like, walk up to your mum and say, Mum, I love you, but we have to have an understanding. If you are somebody who's been, oh, and most of us have, unless you see, if you have a lot of Scorpio activity, like I've got Pluto, Jupiter thing happening very soon. If you have a lot of Scorpio activity and you can see that there's going to be like this big wave coming, you don't need to do that, you know. But by asking for more, where you don't ever ask, in this last little segment, the 5 days, everybody, sail, 5 days on your freedom. It's like a free sail. 5 days, you can actually get a lot through. I got a book. I'll put it in the links below. Seriously, I wrote a book. I never really promoted it. I've got 2 more coming. So, because how can I say this to you, Libra? Because you don't ask, you don't get. And sometimes everybody who is a Libra united person, we can sometimes let other person go through. You know, other person go, and we don't let ourselves go. We just kind of like, oh, yeah, you squeeze past me. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about who I am or what my thoughts are. Goodness gracious, you just get your share. And that is why sometimes, at times, we get callous, we get hard. And also the body and the digestive tract can get almost like constipated. We can get constipated with our worth. We look fine on the outside, but we can get a little bit constipated with what we think and what we feel, because we haven't gotten rid of it. We haven't had the inertia yet. So it's almost like, I like you. Or like, I'm interesting. There is nothing for many of us Libras that can express it. So express yourself, please, especially if you haven't done it in a while. And it doesn't have to be a huge thing. That's the thing. It doesn't have to be a huge thing now, because we are set, as I've said in October videos, we are set with our realities. We've got a really nice plate in front of us. And here's the thing. If you're asking for a little bit more before the 15th of October, you might just get more and more. What I mean, you've been on the same job for 7 years and you've been kind of struggling with it, and you're kind of like coming up to the plate and saying, excuse me, Mr. Manager, I like a raise. I've been doing a lot of work for you. And you're probably like, oh, don't hit me. But you're like, I'm just letting you know, do it. Because why? Because in this next year, as Jupiter, this is gold, okay, like Jupiter as in Scorpio, we get little rays. Because why? We got a sparkly full moon in Aries, we got Earth in Aries, because it's always opposite of the Sun. You say, excuse me, I want this, in about a year, you'll see, there's been 6 or 7 times where you've been just offered, hey, so you want more? You want more on your plate? Like, say you got a plate of food, because attainment, second house, is the mouth. It is money, finance, it is goods. So for example, you say, excuse me, I want more. You accidentally get extra food on your plate. You accidentally get asked if you want to go to higher value places. You get accidentally asked if you want goods for free, somebody just gives you a hand-me-down ball gown, you know, somebody does something for you. Excuse me, hey, I've got this luxury home. Do you want to like live at my home for about 2 weeks? I'm gonna go like surfing in Thailand. Do you want to just like sit in my luxury home for free and look after my cat? That can be, but you've got to start asking now. And this is a really nice transit. Sorry I haven't talked about it because I didn't see it. It's a really, really nice transit for fun as well. It's really nice. So in October, if you're still watching it here, and I hope that you are, it's really nice. And this will recur throughout the year, so you don't have to just try it here. You can actually try it later. Excuse me, I want more. For example, you've been an artist, like I have been. Like you've been like a recording artist, you've been a visual one. And you knock on the right doors now because you might actually see your worth. So instead of like, say, knocking on the door of like a little cafe down the road, excuse me, can you exhibit my artwork? You're knocking on City Gallery saying, excuse me, I've got some artwork. And perhaps you will not get there straight away, but you might get a little spike every now and then. Somebody buys your artwork, somebody is interested, but you have to kind of say it now or say it later, but now is a really nice time to do it because it sets you up for a really nice cycle. A new thing for you, Libra, also Jupiter, Scorpio is gain, but how you feel about yourself is how you gain. Even if you're the most beautiful person in the world, Libras can sometimes feel terrible. This sounded really Australian. Oh, the door just opened. Even if you're really, really beautiful, and even if you're really mindful, and if you're really polite, sometimes we have a lack of self-worth. It's a little bit like Virgo as well. 12th house Virgo, you know, 1st house Libra. It is not okay. So, for example, you might say, I look like a type of person that would just show up at the gym and the farm. Yeah, I write music. Like, I'm a beautiful singer. I'll go sing at the pub. Okay? So, we have a structured reality here. We are in an esoteric world. We're in occult realities. It doesn't matter. I've talked about it in the first video, the collective video. You'll hear all about it if you haven't already. So, basically, we have a little bit of a structure here, all Libras. And we have to sort of start understanding that how we identify the first house, how we identify us, is quite often what we gain. So this was an incredible year to get to know yourself, to get over your weight issues, to get over your health, to get over your mind, to get over how you've been seen, who has been judging you, what is against you, what is looking to you, what does not look at you. Like, this was a great year, and it's still a nice sparkle to redefine this still now. But then, when you're looking at your second house transit of Jupiter, you might find they're not paying me enough, they're not doing enough, I can only go within 3 or 4 different places, I can't actually make that much money, I got less opportunity, la 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 la, I can only, you know, blah, 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 and you get small. You can get very, very vast. And Jupiter, Scorpio, if you decide, I'm beautiful, I am beautiful, and start witnessing yourself change. It's an incredible time to upmarket. It's an interesting time to get ready for no freaking reason. And this is a crazy thing, but it works. Ready for no reason. You buy a beautiful dress. You might not know where to wear it, but you bought it. Like I bought this one day. Do you want to see it? I'll show you. Look, it's fancy. Right? Wearing a fancy, oh, it's got a little slit in the back. Oh my gosh! You know, it doesn't ever happen. I haven't worn girls' clothes in a long time. You wear something, you'll wear something just for yourself, and you might find the door opens. Or you, for example, wear really expensive cosmetics or really expensive perfumes. Best time to shop for that type of stuff now, actually. And you probably think, oh, I don't know who it is that I am if I do this. Like, say, I live on the farm, I make paintings, you know, and then I get this top quality freaking, you know, items, you know, for, you know, cosmetics for my skin. Like, what's the point? And then you might see that it pays off. It pays off. Either you have, like, suddenly beautiful skin, because we've got a lot of changes coming up in Scorpio for all of us, interdimensionally and physically, because they're the same things, basically. But you might actually feel for some reason more invited to places that are top quality spots in the city, top quality ideas, top quality people. And you might even find, if you're somebody like me who's a freelancer, top quality clients. If you're an illustrator, a psychic, some kind of magazine editor, something, you might get bigger things. And it is not really the time. This is the thing. It's not really the time to be very picky or needy. But it is a nice time to go, I'm open for it. Like say, I'm open to receiving a man who looks like a model. You know, I'm open to receiving an invitation to exhibit at one of the biggest galleries in town. I'm open for it. I'm open for it. How do you become open for it? Sometimes, and this is for Moon and Libra especially, if you've got a little bit of like a gap between your teeth, you might not feel like you are. I've got gaps between my teeth. It might be something, it's a neurotic sign in that sense, it's really neurotic. Or you might find like, say for example, I love this man, I feel he's a beautiful man, but I feel like, for example, I haven't been working out enough to be physical with this man. Or you might find, I love my work, I love my job, I love what I've created. Say I've got a series of paintings, or I've got a series on Instagram, you know, of my photographs, I'm selling products, I'm getting by. But in the same sense, I don't really think it's quite the likable thing. I don't think it's fashionable. Don't question anything. So Jupiter's done its thing, and you've been as expanded as you could have been, judging by things. This is the biggest that you could have been, and now it's basically adornment. It's like last finishing touches. Last little things, and pat yourself on the back. Pat yourself on the back. Because it's okay. It's okay, for example, okay, you might see this year coming in Jupiter, oh my gosh, like say, they were looking for it and I couldn't have done it. Like say, for example, you were suggested to go somewhere last year, or you were like drafted for a competition or something like that, and you, oh, sorry, I can't, and you decided to do something else, you designed a different expansion. Don't worry, it is okay. I've done this a few different times last year, it is fine. And then this year comes and you're like, oh my goodness, like looking at the winners of that competition, you're like, I had a chance, or like, wow, like, for example, you met somebody last year that was really good for you. This year they're looking for somebody, you know, and they're going to get through a lot larger than you thought. Say, for example, before you didn't really question them, and now you're seeing that they've got a lot of potential. Opportunity, ability to see potential increases by becoming a little bit more aware that you were worthy of a lot more, that you could have done everything. So it's kind of like a thing here, Libra, is that you have to start seeing disappointment and that feeling of, oh, fuck, I could have done this. Oh, it could have been my work. Oh my gosh, that was like the same concept I had last year. Oh my God, I could have known this person. Oh, I could have traveled. Oh, Jesus. You know, Jesus, I could have had this person, or I could have, oh my gosh. That type of thing has to happen to those of us that don't budge. That don't budge, you know, it's like you get something in the mail, hey, excuse me, can I exhibit your pieces? No. And then later you understand, wow, that person got really big with their gallery, and they're like, you know, all over the world, international. It's like, for example, you were approached in public by a friendly person, and they just became your friend, and you're like, I don't usually date people, you know, I don't know what to do, and then you find out that they were actually incredible, and that they had a lot of potential for you. There could be a lot of really choppy and weird things happening this year in Scorpio. If you are not welcoming the fact that it's done, it's okay. So what to do? If you have a feeling like you've missed out on something, if you've got a feeling like you've finished something and you didn't do it, or you've completely forgotten something, or you didn't do the right thing, and when Libra was accessible to Jupiter, you might have built 3 or 4 different alternate realities. That's the hard thing. Oh, my reality didn't have to be this. I use Jupiter in my sign that's going to affect me for the next 12 freaking years, and a little bit of a different dimension. For example, I could have been a mother and I've decided to do art that wasn't actually meant for me. Or like, for example, I might have been a producer, but I decided to travel and I didn't get the prize or something. You see that? And this is when it's hard for some of us. You got to say, okay, that's all right. That's fine. That's okay. And this is how emotional prosperity happens. Because you are looking at a person who won the prize or got the man or did something or done something, and you must not worry. Just say, okay, okay. I love you for it. I love you for it. I love that you've done this, because I wouldn't, because we're all one being. And those of us, things that don't get done by us will be done by other people. That's fine. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm welcome elsewhere. Just move. Oh, oh, look at this bubble of reality somebody else is enjoying right now. Oh, yeah, different reality. This is the switchy brew little game that Jupiter plays on your Libra this coming year, and it's already probably started. Oh, it's not mine. And you don't stare at it, because sometimes Libras can get very stale. 7th house, you know, we sleepy, we stale. Oh, and now he's got her, and she's got him, and they're gonna have a baby. Don't go, oh. Just say, wow. See that she is you in a different life, you know? See that this producer that won the prize for, you know, a mediocre movie is just yourself looking at you, and say, oh. Push it and say, I trust, and then you might receive a new bowl, like a new bowl of reality, where you might not see what you got yet there, because it's the mystery of life. You're not meant to know. Not meant to know ahead. Kind of like, oh, I don't know what is this. Oh, this is fun, this is fun. Try yourself elsewhere. Try yourself elsewhere, and you might find it. In any circumstance where you get sick or you get kind of beaten down, quite often it's because you cannot let go yet. If you've had circumstances in the last while or in the past, connectively, where you've been disapproved of, disappointed, or put in a corner, then just understand that you deserve much bigger things. You're stale. If you're in a situation where you thought you would be happy and you're not happy there, and you're like, oh, where is my happiness? Where is my joy? Dance. Become something else. Become something else. Transform. Become fun for you, and you'll be fun for another. And in any case, Libra, don't damage your world by waiting too long. This is the thing. Release your need to wait. Need to wait, need to be patient. This is not the dance of life if you're just sitting behind. It is not a dance at all. It is just a pose. You know? And we can be very like inanimate, and sometimes we kind of stay that way for a really long time. And you might see that some Libras with time develop a certain type of almost like a physical etiquette, and then they get stuck that way. So basically, Libra, 2nd house, develop yourself. Don't stop running, don't stop jumping, don't stop swimming. Go, go, go. Get yourself physically out there and connect, connect, connect. Because we are in you, ha ha ha, we are in you, we are in the dog year, we're in the earth dog year. So this is the best time to procreate a reality with other people, so to connect, to create new realities. We, how can I say, can't have children, some of us, during this time, but you can. I feel that for Libra this is an interesting time to connect. It's a really nice time to achieve. It's an interesting time to structure a family if you wanted to, of those very much like you, who walk your walk and talk your talk. So very much up to you what you do this year. I hope this has created some waves of inspiration in you and put some grounding into your new frontier. And this is my book, and I've got another 2 coming out, and I'll probably have another 3 this year. I don't understand how this works, but it does. They tell me, and I'll do. Anyway, thank you so much, Libra, and I hope you have a fun time, and I will see you next time. Bye.